In mid-2022, a Miami-based private chef who called herself Chef P set social media on fire with a mysterious condiment called pink sauce. The Pepto-Bismol colored dip quickly went viral on TikTok, shown being poured generously over fried chicken, gyros, and fries in eye-catching videos. By July 2022, the hashtag pink sauce had racked up over 80 million views, and Chef P's TikTok following exploded from under 1,000 to well over 140,000 virtually overnight. Riding this wave of viral fame, Chef P launched pink sauce for sale on July 1st, 2022, pricing it at a hefty $20 per bottle. Despite the premium price, fans rushed to buy the mysterious pastel-hued concoction, and the first batch, around 700 bottles, quickly sold out. It seemed like a dream come true for the small business owner, a single mother of two who had been a private chef for 4 years. She later explained that the sauce's star ingredient, dragon fruit, was chosen not just for its vivid color, but because she believed its magnesium content helped her anxiety, a personal touch behind the product's creation. With its blend of dragon fruit, honey, chili, garlic, and sunflower seed oil, pink sauce was touted as a sweet, spicy, and tangy topping that could go on anything. By all appearances, Chef P was on her way to turning a viral trend into a thriving business. Yet, in a matter of weeks, the pink sauce went from social media trend to scandalous disaster. The very virality that brought Chef P fame soon unleashed a flood of scrutiny and backlash. What began as a fun TikTok craze rapidly devolved into one of the internet's most notorious food fails, complete with exploding bottles, health hazard fears, FDA intervention, and even legal issues. Everyone was talking about it, buying it, and trying it, until it all went wrong. Let's find out how this simple pink dipping sauce business collapsed. Almost as soon as customers received their $20 bottles of pink sauce, problems surfaced. Social media was inundated with unboxing videos that ranged from disappointing to downright disgusting. Many buyers found their bottles had leaked or even exploded in transit, arriving in a sticky, spoiled mess.
Look at this. I'm holding my breath like a motherfucker. Oh my God. Look at this! It don't even say pink sauce on this bitch. Oh my, it's gone. There's nothing else in here.
The sauce was shipped in basic mailing bags without insulation or refrigeration under the sweltering summer heat. The ingredient list, once Chef P finally revealed it, included milk and garlic, ingredients that can foster bacteria if not kept cool. Almost immediately, people raised alarm bells about the risk of foodborne illness or botulism from eating unrefrigerated sauce containing dairy.
Well then, scrolling on TikTok and just happened to find one that was very similar to my videos. Smelled rotten. She didn't have that much, but I'm bashing. Oh, okay.
Some users claimed the pink sauce had made them sick, with a few even reportedly landing in the hospital. One TikToker went so far as to fake his own death after eating pink sauce.
It's so bad down to the point that someone faked their death. All of this false propaganda that's going on the internet, I'm just a victim of clout.
If exploding, rotten sauce wasn't bad enough, the labeling of pink sauce was also a mess. Buyers who examined the nutrition facts panel were baffled to see it claimed an impossible 444 servings per bottle. In reality, the bottle only held about 444 grams of sauce in total, not 444 servings. A glaring typo that made the nutrition label look utterly bogus. To put that in perspective, 444 servings would mean the bottle contained 28 cups of sauce, which it did not. Other label errors included misspelling vinegar as vinger. On top of that, the ingredients list itself seemed inconsistent over time, and skeptics online accused Chef P of hiding or omitting ingredients. One viral theory was that she had secretly used mayonnaise as a base, which wasn't listed, to achieve the sauce's creamy texture.
We are working to overcome all issues. With the surrounding allegations and claims against the pink sauce, we want to take the time to ensure each customer's safety. We are working meticulously to ensure we have no further delays in shipment. We will be updating you on a daily basis. We ask our customers to remain supportive and patient as this temporary. Feel free to reach out by email if you have any questions or concern. Thank you.
Chef P denied the mayo rumor, but refused to fully divulge her proprietary process. The pink sauce's strange appearance and sketchy rollout also made it easy meme fodder, partly due to its watery consistency. By late July 2022, major news outlets had picked up the story of the TikTok pink sauce controversy. It had all the ingredients of a viral train wreck, a visually outrageous product, health and safety fears, and a dash of schadenfreude. The chef, who a week earlier was celebrating her unexpected success, was now getting slammed with accusations of selling a poisonous or fraudulent product. How would she respond? Under intense scrutiny, Chef P took to social media, and even daytime TV, to defend herself and her sauce. In a 52-minute YouTube video and multiple TikToks, she pleaded with people to stop the negativity and give her a chance to correct the mistakes. Crucially, Chef P acknowledged the mistakes that had been made. She admitted the nutrition label was wrong, blaming a graphic designer for mixing up 444 grams with servings, and apologized for the confusion.
If you do the math, you will see that we clearly accidentally made a typo. I have a graphic designer, and the graphic designer made a typo and accidentally put grams in the servings instead of 30 servings.
Chef P also took action on the shipping fiasco. She switched to better packaging materials and different couriers after seeing photos of burst and leaking bottles. Customers who received damaged or bad product were offered refunds or replacements.
Off by saying, number one, my apologies. My apologies, my apologies. I'm only human. I'm not perfect. It was a mistake. We fixed the issue. You guys will not be receiving pink sauce bottles with the bad label. We are replacing all of the labels.
Now, one of the most infamous moments of Chef P's PR efforts was an interaction about FDA approval. As questions swirled about whether her homemade sauce was being produced legally, a TikTok user pressed her on live.
Is this FDA approved?
Chef P's response went viral for all the wrong reasons.
Approved? What do you mean FDA approved? I don't sell medical products. The pink sauce is not a medical product. The pink sauce don't contribute to your health. I never said that. Did I?
Her dismissive answer, conflating the Food and Drug Administration's role in food safety with only medicines, set off a fresh wave of ridicule. Commenters lambasted her for not knowing that FDA stands for Food and Drug Administration, which does regulate foods. The meme of "it's not a medical product" became yet another punchline associated with pink sauce. Realizing the misstep, Chef P later clarified to the press that she was in fact following FDA standards. She insisted that her production was happening in a commercial facility certified by the FDA, not in her home kitchen. She also mentioned that a lab was testing the sauce to ensure it would be compliant with food safety regulations, especially if she wanted to pitch to stores for retail. To further control the narrative, Chef P even agreed to appear on television. In October 2022, she was a guest on the talk show Karamo, hosted by Karamo Brown, for a segment addressing the pink sauce controversy. The show paired her with a TikTok critic, Ala Brain, who had been one of the loudest voices raising safety concerns.
You're not special, okay? So why should I lose my mind and approach you directly when you're fabricating something on the internet?
Well, I will say this, because I want to hear both of your sides. I will say this. As Chef P, as a businesswoman, no matter what someone reviews your products, unfortunately, everyone is special to you because that's going to be your business.
I could have, taken down the video and done my testing and kept it to myself, which I did.
No, you could have reached out to me like, hey girl, you know what? I see what you're doing, it's amazing and all. I'm a supporter, but I think you should look into this. Take this step. Did you research this? Did you check out your packaging there? Versus trying to tear down my business and my livelihood.
The stage was set for a reconciliation, or at least a clear apology. Unfortunately, things didn't go well. The segment devolved into confrontation. Chef P became defensive, accusing the critic of fabricating lies to destroy her business. When presented with tough questions, Chef P deflected and failed to fully address the core issues. The audience reaction was largely negative, finding the interview frustrating to watch. Backlash online was so intense that the talk show deleted the episode from official channels. In the end, Chef P privately apologized to the TikTok critic for her behavior on the show, but the damage was done. The televised attempt at image rehab had only further dented her credibility in the eyes of many viewers.
On this show, it's all about healing, learning, and growing, and I would not be able to sit here and hold all of my guests accountable if I wasn't able to do that for myself. That's why it was important for me to give you an apology right now and tell you sincerely that I'm sorry.
Absolutely, I appreciate that.
Facing mounting reports of spoilage and safety issues, the US Food and Drug Administration opened an investigation into pink sauce in early August 2022. They instructed her to halt all production and sales of the pink sauce until it could be made safe. In effect, her pink entrepreneurial train had to make an emergency stop. This could have been the end of the pink sauce issue, a short-lived viral novelty squashed by regulators for public safety. However, Chef P had one more card to play. Behind the scenes, she sought out a partnership with an established food company that had the expertise to fix pink sauce's problems. As luck would have it, an experienced manufacturer saw an opportunity in the publicity surrounding pink sauce. In September 2022, it was announced that Dave's Gourmet, a well-known maker of hot sauces and pasta sauces, had struck a deal to rescue and relaunch pink sauce. Dave's Gourmet would become the exclusive producer and distributor of pink sauce, taking the recipe into their labs to reformulate it for shelf stability and compliance. For Chef P, this must have felt like salvation. She openly said she trusted this company to help bring her product up to code and into stores. Under Dave's Gourmet's guidance, pink sauce underwent a makeover. The core concept remained: a sweet and tangy pink condiment flavored with dragon fruit and spices, but the recipe was tweaked to eliminate perishability. The new formula cut out the troublesome dairy and embraced shelf-stable alternatives. By January 2023, Dave's Gourmet proudly announced that the once notorious TikTok sauce had been reformulated, tested, and FDA approved for retail. In mid-January 2023, pink sauce made a high-profile debut in brick-and-mortar retail. Walmart, the largest grocery retailer in the US, carried pink sauce in 4,000 plus store locations nationwide, as well as on their website. For a limited exclusivity period until July 2023, Walmart would be the only place to buy it in stores. The price was slashed to about $7.78 per bottle, a huge drop from the original $20, signaling an effort to broaden its appeal.
Why do they have the pink sauce in here? Y'all, I'm in the fucking rice aisle and I look over and see all these clearance sauce. So I'm like, you know what I've never seen? That damn pink sauce. Why the fuck is this shit right here? Look it. Hold on. Oh shit. Look what we have here. Oh Jesus. Look what we have here. As seen on TikTok and Instagram, pink sauce.
While there was certainly initial buzz, media outlets ran headlines like TikTok famous pink sauce now for sale at Walmart. Consumers were far less enthusiastic. Early sales were lukewarm at best. In fact, vigilant TikTok users noticed that by late January 2023, Walmart was already marking pink sauce down on clearance. Photos circulated of pink sauce bottles with yellow clearance stickers only weeks after launch. Chef P, for her part, claimed that the retail launch was a success. She stated that 200,000 units of pink sauce had been sold. It's unclear if this number was accurate or inflated. If Walmart indeed stocked roughly 4,300 stores, that would average only approximately 46 bottles per store sold. Plausible, but not exactly flying off the shelves. It's possible she was citing the quantity produced or shipped to retailers rather than consumer purchases. Unfortunately, the troubles didn't end with poor sales. By the summer of 2023, the partnership between Chef P and Dave's Gourmet had soured dramatically, igniting a public feud over money. In August 2023, Chef P made a shocking plea on social media. She announced she was broke and accused the sauce's new manufacturer of having sabotaged her financially. She launched a GoFundMe campaign titled Help Get Justice for the Pink Sauce, seeking $100,000 to support her and fight the company in question. Though she didn't name Dave's Gourmet explicitly in the fundraiser, it was obvious whom she meant. In the GoFundMe description and accompanying TikToks, Chef P claimed she had been silenced and financially sabotaged by a business partner she trusted. She alleged that this company was refusing to pay her the royalties she was owed and withholding financial records from her.
Thing they can't do is steal my legacy away from me. One thing they can't do is be me. No more beige sauce. Pink sauce, real quality pink sauce. They failed me, I can't fail myself.
Dave's Gourmet, however, flatly denied all of her accusations and came with receipts. They stated that they had paid Chef P, Veronica Shaw, over $120,000 in total royalties and fees since the start of their partnership. They shared screenshots of payment records, 12 transactions between August 2022 and August 2023, adding up to $120,000 sent to Chef P or her company. These payments, they said, were all on time and in full accordance with her contract. The company revealed that under their deal, Chef P had received a $45,000 upfront payment in August 2022. This initial payout was essentially an advance and part of an agreement for Dave's to acquire the rights to produce and sell pink sauce. On top of that, Dave's said they helped cover certain costs that arose from the sauce's troubled beginnings. Notably, they claimed to have paid $30,000 to reimburse customers who had bought the original homemade pink sauce and needed refunds due to the quality issues. Perhaps most damaging to Chef P's narrative was Dave's Gourmet's assertion that she was the one making extreme demands. According to the company, Chef P refused amicable solutions and instead hit them with multiple million-dollar demands as conditions to continue their business relationship. In other words, Dave's claims that Chef P wanted a massive payout, reports suggest she asked for $1 to $1.5 million if they were to keep producing pink sauce. When they didn't acquiesce to these demands, she turned to the court of public opinion with the GoFundMe. Dave's Gourmet was so incensed by what they saw as defamation that they stated they were considering a defamation lawsuit against her.
Because how am I going to get the funding for an attorney? They're trying to financially sabotage me out of millions of dollars. These people sent me a negative balance. Right now, I can't even buy fucking water for my children right now. Y'all talk about a motherfucking scam. So this is the way I look at it. Shit, I am a millionaire. They just ain't give me the money yet.
Caught in this ugly public dispute, Chef P's credibility took yet another hit. Her GoFundMe garnered only a small amount, about $1,000 in the first week, and roughly $25,000 by the end of 2023, well short of the $100,000 goal. The threatened defamation suit never materialized into an actual filing, at least as of the end of 2023. It seems both parties eventually went quiet, possibly reaching a private settlement or simply choosing to cut ties and move on. By that point, the pink sauce brand was effectively dead. The product disappeared from Walmart after the exclusivity period ended, and likely due to low sales. The official website and social media for pink sauce went dormant. What began as a viral Cinderella story had morphed into a nightmare of lawsuits and loss. As of late 2023, her GoFundMe had only partially helped with her debts, and no public legal victory was ever announced in her favor. Just after the Walmart episode, she expressed feeling cheated and heartbroken by how things ended. It's likely she is still resolving financial issues. She spoke of surviving on limited funds after the partnership imploded. On the 4th of January 2024, she posted a short reel of an electric turquoise dressing gushing over chicken tenders, captioned "Blue sauce for the win," and is almost sold out, as she waved bottles of both blue and a pastel lilac sweet sauce. Views soared into 6 figures within 48 hours, proving controversy still converted into clicks. Yet, the comments sounded familiar. Where's the nutrition panel? Is this FDA cleared? Food safety creators immediately stitched her videos, reminding followers of the 2022 refrigeration fiasco. Behind the scenes, retailers seemed unconvinced. Dave's Gourmet issued no press release. Insiders on Our Stupid Food whispered that the co-packing contract had lapsed. And by April, every flavor on the official website carried a bleak gray "sold out" banner. Influencer taste tests showed bottles separating into watery layers within days. Several early reviews vanished from TikTok almost as quickly as the product itself. Without Walmart's shelf space or a certified bottler, Blue Sauce became a boutique mail-order gamble. Expensive, flashy, and once again shadowed by storage concerns. Then came the powder pivot. In January 2025, a TikTok tag number pink sauce update showed foil pouches labeled pink and blue DIY kits. Just add water plus oil. Each single-serve packet still cost about $20, but fans now had to supply neutral oil, vinegar, and a blender. Within weeks, Reddit reviews poured in. Seams bursting during transit, packets that smelled like mold, and wildly inconsistent textures because the directions gave volume, not weight, measurements. One commenter summed it up as $20 diarrhea in powder form. Facing a second wave of backlash, Pi went live in early August. She confirmed she was completely solo now, reiterated that Dave's keeps threatening but nothing's in court, and teased a forthcoming subscription box pairing sauce powder with air fryer chicken recipes. Viewers noticed the familiar pattern: announce first, handle compliance later. Lawyers on FoodTok warned that dehydrated dairy products still fall under FDA oversight if they're destined for consumer kitchens. By August 2025, the brand's footprint looked radically different from its Walmart heyday. No brick-and-mortar retailer lists pink, blue, or sweet sauce. The e-commerce site toggles between flash drops and sold-out notices, fueling speculation that intentional scarcity now drives what little demand remains. The revenue stream leans on merch, aprons, teas, $5 recipe PDFs, and cameo-style shoutouts, while the sauce itself functions more as a marketing prop than a reliable food item. Why did the rebrand fail to stick? First, speed trumped compliance. Launching flashy colors without airtight food safety groundwork repeated the original sin. Second, premium pricing outpaced trust. $20 per 12-ounce bottle felt steep in 2022, and the same price for a powder packet in 2025 practically invited ridicule. Third, every critique turned into content. Calling watchdogs haters generated headlines, but scared cautious buyers away. 3 years after that bubblegum pink drizzle first splashed across TikTok, Chef P's empire survives mostly as spectacle. There is still an audience. Millions will tune in for any new hue she conjures. But until a fully compliant, consistently manufactured product reaches real store shelves again, the only place her sauces truly stick is on the For You page. Check out the internet's most annoying activist group. Things got so bad, they actually quit a few months ago. Click here or use the link in the description to watch the video.